Okay, I think I haven't shown this on the wheels yet, but I just decided to go with the white ones. Look good. I may do a little panel line just to maybe bring out the details of the bolts around there, primarily. Other than that, I'll probably leave it. But anyways, I got some parts on Amazon. I just need something quick, and they offered like a pack of these. Overall, pretty good, but I have to say what they're lacking is the same kind of shine or finish. These are rather matte, which would otherwise be kind of cool for certain applications. I don't usually see too many matte finished Lego style pieces, right? But this will be the piece that will replace there, and so it'll be nice, a little bit cleaner without all these vertical lines. Just one less set here, and then these three will be actually for mounting these LED lights, which will go inside the cargo display case, which you can see I put them in here, and you can't see it's kind of low, but it's in here initially here because you can see that this creates a lot of shadow and you can't see anything. So this is a bit better, but it's nice to have that extra lighting on the inside. So what this, I'll show it to you when I get to that, and I think I've shown it in at least in that build before, from way back now. But yeah, this doesn't matter since this is going to be used to stick onto here, and then that's going to go up into this, up into the ceiling or the roof inside of the container. So not too bad. But this, I probably need to apply some bit of a, I'm thinking using some poly watch and just buffing this out into a shine all around if I can, and then that way at least a finish. I don't want this a matte square right in the middle. It's kind of important. These are all fairly shiny, so I didn't expect these to be quite this flat, so that's what I'm going to do. Quickly shine this, buff this out and polish it, and hopefully I'll get close enough to a shine like this, which I should be able to do, and then we'll install this, and almost done. I still need to paint the mirrors black. And by the way, I spoke about this in the previous video or so. I thought maybe I would have to do it with this, but I checked back to see if the first gen NSX were body or black painted mirrors, or the body color, and they are indeed body color. So red with red, silver with silver, and so forth. So that's good. I don't have to mess with this guy here. I can just leave it red mirrors. But definitely the NSX-Rs, they switched to black mirrors. I guess it's sportier. So I'll find a way to paint those. And I think that's one of the final touches. Other than maybe I might try to put some silver or chrome or something to mimic the mirror on the inside. And again, I'm thinking I might do something about the license plate area in there. I'm not sure if it makes sense just to leave it yellow, and there's nothing, no license plate. It's just a yellow square, which I don't know. I can't say it looks terrible, but I just feel like something seems a little off. It should be just white or even black, if anything. So I'll address that. Otherwise, that's almost there, almost done. Polish this, install that. That should be good to go. Make these black. Maybe mess with the tail rear license plate area, and then install these into the custom container that it comes with for displaying, and that should be calling it quits. Okay, so I just finished polishing up a couple pieces. They all had slight imperfections in the finish. Actually, this one was the first one, but there's this little speck that's inside the plastic. You see right there? It's kind of stuck. Otherwise, it came out pretty good. But and I was trying to scrape that off. I should polish it up, but I was like, screw it. I don't need to mess with it. Then I tried another and another, and I think I'm going to settle on this one. But you can see return quite a bit of shine to it compared to this. You can just see the difference. So that should be good enough to put onto there. So I'm going to do that in a moment. All right, so before I move on, I just wanted to show you, I just basically cut out the adhesive backing to these LEDs and just traced out the general shape. And they're not perfectly centered like the adhesive on the back. You can see they're slightly off on each one of them. I just try to visually eyeball like it being straight to the top here. This piece, which would be the LED bulb, and you know, more or less, and then centered within that area, kind of. Hopefully, close enough. May not be perfect, but hopefully, once you see it in there, it won't really matter by a millimeter or two off on either like or slightly off angle once it's inside there. All right, and then basically these just mount up. Okay, so this done, basically I flip this over and let me see, how do I mount it? Okay, when it flips down, it will basically face inwards, and I believe 1, 2, 3, actually there are 1, 2, 3, and they're pretty close to the center like this, so it'll be as close to the middle. And when I fold it over, it's not going to interfere with this thing sticking out over it. Like, let's check this out. Let's see. This can be any color because they're mostly going to be hidden anyways. I mean, ideally, it should be either black or green in this case, just to try to match like it's part of the container on the inside, but again, you really won't see it at this angle. So when I flip it down, it goes right in there. And just to show you like how it looks like right now, and again, this thing usually comes with like they want you to put these extra studs, like the bricks on the bottom of it, and it'll mount onto something here, but it'll cause it to kind of be raised and float. Just mess up something on the front. This part's got to be careful how I push down on it, otherwise this could potentially come undone. Trying to get as flat as possible without over pushing it. This hinge that it's on is kind of tight, so it wants to spring back up a bit, and then that might leave more of a gap down here than I want. Okay, so just to show you, hopefully you can see once I put this down, it's all right, but it does get quite dark in there, as you can imagine. Let me take this down a little bit. Let's see if I can't angle this a little bit lower so that you can see it from like this general angle and level. You can see it's quite dark, just a reflection of it also coming off of there. So especially like overhead lights, whatever you got, maybe you have something that's more forward and if it shines into it more. But the whole point of this is I flip it over, and then I can just put these on. 1, 2, 3, and I wouldn't leave them on, but basically I'm not going to close it all the way, but that's what you get. And I think that looks pretty good. You see it in there pretty nicely. It's fairly well lit. I wonder, actually, you know what? I could probably move these. I think the lights are slightly in the back. So what I'm going to do is, hang on. Okay, so I basically moved the lights back a stud space. So you have like a little bit more, I don't know if you can see it. But anyways, I moved it up a little bit, or rather forward once this comes down. And then once I do this now, flip it on. And this is not something I would leave on. Obviously, it's just going to die. Then these aren't really truly replaceable. Hang on a second. Just on the inside. Okay, there you go. Something like that. That's better. The light is a bit more centered on the center of the vehicle versus it was a little bit on the far back side. And that looks about right. Something like that. So, you know, if I want to enjoy it, just look at it for a few minutes or something. If my room is dark, you know, maybe I think it's probably okay for at least 15 minutes. I'm not sure how draining. I imagine these LEDs aren't that powerful, you know, that battery draining. That'll be should be fine. Just to enjoy. And then when I say, okay, I've enjoyed my piece of work here, my little build, then I can just lift it up and just turn it off, flip the switch, and there you go. And that's that. You can go to sleep at night. So yeah, it's pretty cool that they came with this container. And if you haven't seen these, they're kind of decorated all around. This side has, like I said, a door handle, so you can actually kind of open it up like this. I mean, it would have been neat if they included a solid wall like this side on here, so it really looks like it's an enclosed container, not display. Then you can, I don't know why you want it completely covered, but you know, if you had at least they gave you an option to pretend like this is like a cargo ship container, and you just open it up and maybe you want to drive it out. Yeah, and there's printing on the back too. This Drift King. Kenshi Tsuchiya Private Garage. I guess he must be somebody kind of famous, this guy here. And I forgot to mention this. Maybe I forgot if I showed it in the unboxing, but I didn't. I thought, but then I forgot, and now I guess I'm sure this thing looks like it's probably not genuinely signed, but it's kind of neat. But it's a collab special GT show with Keiichi Tsuchiya K1 planning. I don't know, nothing wrong with liking what you like. That's right. And it's a numbered card, 1016 of 1200. So I guess they only made 1200 of these, and this is number 1016. So that'd be kind of cool that this is actually, you know, kind of a numbered set in a way. I mean, the card itself is not. They're all just kind of general pieces, and besides, I kind of modeled it anyways. Here's some more stuff back there. Just open this up a little bit. So that's pretty cool. And there is a plaque that you can make that will go here, but I've never been a fan of this because I don't need another picture of the car because I have the car here and I'd have modified it from this. Additionally, it's so like tiny, like the things here, I don't know, and it'll be a thing that'll be right here, or I guess potentially in the back, and it basically will block view of part of the car. So I don't like that. I tried it once on the Volkswagen that I have back there, and I said, no, I'm not going to do that again. That's kind of pointless to block it in again, just for a big picture of a small tiny picture of this thing when you have the larger actual thing right here. Yeah, don't need that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And then if you wanted to, you could open this up for a little bit more, I guess, side lighting, but I'd use it more for some bit of structural support. You know, it doesn't really need it. There you go. And then let me take this out and just show you. I did put the piece on. I think a couple of the pieces, the original one I used is slightly, it's not 100% matched to the white that they're using here. It's a little bit slightly warmer. The original piece that I was going to use looked like I could tell a bit more. I don't know which, I think it was this one. I don't know, something about I could see it better than this. This is still slightly, but a little bit less. But overall, I don't think unless you're looking closely, you're going to notice it. Most people won't. I just know it because I know it. And I think this is about done. I would like to find if I could replace. I have all the white parts for this piece in the middle, as well as this one long 1x8 that goes across on the bottom here, which I could use. That's what I got this extra one for. It's supposed to be right here. I just don't have that small Lego tile that's supposed to be this shape and the reverse on this side. Again, it's just one stud. Careful. It's just about one stud on this square side, and then this curve rounded over part doesn't have any stud. And I don't know. I don't think Lego necessarily makes this, and my guess is maybe Go Bricks. They've been known to make certain parts like that. Was like that with the F40, I think, up there. There was a piece that they had. It was something like this but bigger, and actually no, it was angled. And only recently did Lego make a piece like that. It was like there was no studs on one of the other sides. Anyways, yeah. So maybe Go Bricks make it, or maybe Lego might make it later. Not a big deal, but it would be nice to just make all of this white along the bottom. Again, if you look at the real thing, it does have, not as thick as this, but it does have like a black kind of molding or edge on the very, very bottom of the front bumper piece here. So it's kind of accurate to that, but I do like having made this from black to white here. That helped out a lot, I think, just to drop the sides down, make it look lower, and just look more like a complete body kit. Am I gonna bother with the license plate in the back? I don't know. I mean, all I can do is stick a white piece of adhesive vinyl back there just to cover that yellow part up in the back here. You can see, sort of, that thing. We'll see. In the meantime, I think I just need to paint these mirrors black, and then maybe if I can get time to do the inside silver, we shall see. At least on the outside, and then that should be it. That should be good for this build here. Okay, so that's where I'm at right now.